Okay, so I've got the San Francisco 49ers depth chart up here right now. So I'm just going to go through it, kind of give my thoughts on the team as a whole, go through each position, like give my opinion on who will probably start there for each position, and then just kind of see what the team's looking like going into the season. So the receiver position, Brandon Ayuk, yeah, was pretty good receiver last year as a rookie. Good after the catch. He's a good all around receiver. I don't think he was going to be anything great in the league, but I think he can be a very reliable target for whoever's the quarterback. And then Deebo Samuel also, if he stays healthy, really good receiver, good route runner, more like he's not really a deep threat, just more through the middle of the field. You throw him the ball short, you kind of see what he can do after the catch. I mean, he's really good at that, so it works out very well. He's good in his rookie year. And then the third position's like they don't really got guys like Mohamed Sanu. He's really old now, not really amazing anymore. He's all right for some plays, good veteran, but he's nothing special. Like Richie James might be their third receiver. I think that's a definite possibility. I think he could be a pretty good deep threat. I don't think he's anything special. He's more of a special teamer returner player, so I'm not sure about that. I mean, not going to be Trent Sherfield. Maybe Jalen Hurd if he actually stays healthy, because they drafted him pretty early in the draft. Dude, the second or third round, remember? But he's just been injured a lot, so that's a definite possibility. I mean, I do like Austin Watkins as a player. I don't think he's going to be a third receiver. Probably fourth or fifth, maybe sixth, maybe practice squad even. But I like Austin Watkins. He was pretty good at the Senior Bowl. So I like Austin Watkins. I think he'll make the roster. Just kind of see where as this thing just goes freaking blank again. I just have to reload it then. Just don't take 10 years. So receiver, maybe if they get Julio Jones, that'll be an interesting player. I mean, that is a definite possibility. I think it'd be a good player on their team, and they kind of need that third receiver because, yeah, the third receiver's not been very good. Brought in Benny Fowler, Travis Benjamin, kind of aged, like veteran type players that now in their career, nothing special. So receiver position, Deebo Samuel, around it, it's either going to be Mohamed Sanu or Richie James. Jalen Hurd actually has a definite possibility. I'm still not 100% sure. It's going to be a good battle. And then offensive line, Trent Williams, of course, left tackle, re-signed him, massive contract, very good. If he's healthy, one of the best tackles in the league, so he's going to be starting there. I mean, Jalen Moore, who they got, he's a fine backup. Like Jalen Moore, he can definitely start. I mean, not start, but like be a good backup. That's kind of it, though. And then the left guard, Lakin Tomlinson, he's there. He's very good, so I like that. I mean, not very good, but he's definitely good enough to play that tackle. Oh, Tom Compton, not an amazing player, but just a backup player. And then right center, Alex Mack, of course, really good center they brought in from Atlanta. I like that. He is aging. He's probably only going to be here for 1 or 2 years. A very reliable center, so I did like that pickup. They did pay quite a lot, but I like it. And they got Aaron Banks listed at left guard. Probably going to play right guard because Justice Schools is not good. And I guess Aaron Banks is probably better day one, even though I'm not a massive fan of Aaron Banks. But over Justice School, yeah, I'd probably start right guard. Right tackle, Mike McGlinchey. He's fine there. He's not been amazing. He hasn't really lived up to what people thought he would be, being like a top 10 pick or number 10. I can't remember. I think it was 9, actually. He was amazing his first year. Just hasn't really done much since. It's been a reliable player. That's kind of it. Just kind of up and down. And then George Kittle, tight end, of course. One of the best tight ends in the league. Very arguably the best. So I like that. Backup, probably going to be Ross Dwelly. I mean, Ross Dwelly's an alright backup. The rest of their tight ends, like, not really anything. Charlie Warner, Josh Peterson. No, they probably need another reliable backup. Like, they had, Reid last year. I don't know, think of his first name. I'm literally tripping. Jordan Reid last year. He was pretty good when he came in at points. Did he retire or something? I can't remember what happened to him. Maybe a backup tight end would be good. And then quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance. Yep, the big dudes on that roster. I probably would think that Jimmy Garoppolo would start straight away just because Trey Lance needs some time to develop. not really pro ready, playing North Dakota State, not good competition, didn't really play a lot of quarterback. I do like Trey Lance. He's an amazing athlete, so his floor is pretty good at just being a good runner. But I think learning behind Jimmy Garoppolo and just sitting in the offense, learning it, stepping maybe mid-season or year two possibly. Because I still think Jimmy Garoppolo can make plays and take your team back to the playoffs. I think Trey Lance maybe offers you more in the future. I just don't know straight away. That could be a bit bad for his development. Nick Mullins, fine backup. Josh Rosen, I mean, yeah, also a fine back. And Nate Sudfeld, their quarterback room is pretty stacked. So running back, Raheem Mostert, yeah, probably going to be their starter. They did bring in Wayne Gallman. Raheem Mostert's fine as a starter. Just a really good, like, fast running back. Nothing else to his game. Not really a power back. But they drafted Trey Sermon, who I really like. I think he could definitely be their number one running back. Probably going to be their number two, though. Start, straight away. But I do like Trey Sermon. And then Wayne Gallman also. He's a good third running back. I mean, good player if injuries happen. Same with Elijah Mitchell. I don't really know why they drafted him, but alright. It's a good player at the running back position. So now you've just got 4 really good running backs. But they can kind of make running backs out of nothing, so it's, don't know about that. And then Kyle Juszczyk, of course, really good rough fullback. And on to defense. Arik Armstead, yeah, he kind of plays versatile role playing defensive tackle and defensive end. He kind of plays both. But yeah, he's definitely going to be a starter. He's very good at that. The other pass rush, Nick Bosa, of course. If he's healthy, he's a very good pass rusher. So I like that there. They also got some other players like D Ford. Probably primarily play that defense end across from Nick Bosa. Because Arik Armstead will probably play more defensive tackle. But they use a lot of defensive linemen, so it's fine. They also got Jordan Willis to back them up. That's a pretty good backup pass rusher. So that's alright. Another backups, I mean, Kadavius Street was actually pretty good last year when, like, Nick Bosa was out. He's also a bigger edge rusher who can play defensive tackle. So they got really versatile players. Also brought in Arden Key, who's a good backup. Like, they've got good depth on the defensive line. And defensive tackle, Javon Kinlaw, hopefully takes a step up. I think he will. I think he's pretty decent. DJ Jones was pretty good at points. Zach Kerr, like more of a nose tackle kind of, just be your big run stopper. And then Maurice Hurst is actually a good player that the Raiders decided to cut for some reason because he was actually good. So that's another just really good player they get. So their defensive line, very built. A lot of good depth players also and good starters, so I like that. I think their defensive line could be pretty decent next year if everybody stays healthy. And then linebacker, Fred Warner, of course, one of the best linebackers in the league. He's very good. Very good in coverage and in the running game. Just good player. And Dre Greenlaw will probably start at the other position. I like Dre Greenlaw. He was pretty good at points last year. Up and down, but Dre Greenlaw, he's got pretty high upside. Young player, so I like that. I mean, the other linebacker, okay. I mean, other linebackers, Aziz Al-Shir, he got in at points last year. Just kind of more of a depth special teamer. That's kind of it. They also drafted, when he shows up, Justin Hilliard. He should be pretty decent. Good special teamer, probably straight away. But also just good depth on that linebacker position, as this thing just doesn't want to comply with me like usual. Oh, I'm so sorry. So stupid. Like, freaking kill me. Yeah. There, Justin Hilliard. And then Mark Nizoja, another decent backup special teamer. I forgot that they got Samson Ebukam. That's a pretty good player. I think they paid him a ton of money, though, which is kind of confusing. He'll be like a rotational pass rusher at points, also drop back in coverage. Be interesting to see how they use them, because he's not like a middle linebacker or anything. He's not a Dre Greenlaw or a Fred Warner. So, I mean, I don't really know why they got him. Like, they didn't really need him. They got D Ford, Jordan Willis, like, a bit strange. And Nathan Gary's actually a pretty good backup. He's pretty athletic also. Will be a good special team. I think special team is going to be pretty decent. And then corner, Jason Verrett. If he's healthy, he was very good last year. It just depends on if he's healthy because he hasn't been really his whole career besides last year. So we'll just have to see. And then the other corner, I mean, K1 Williams in the slot, he's good at that. Was very good in the slot. So that's a good player to get back off of injury. I mean, the whole team is basically injury. So these two corners are good, just kind of if they can stay healthy. And then Emmanuel Mosley, he's a good backup. He's been a bit bad at points. I mean, mostly bad, but he can be all right as a good depth player. Ambry Thomas, I think, could actually have a chance to start. I mean, that just kind of shows that their defensive backfield just isn't that good. I don't mind Ambry Thomas, just probably not as a starter. DeMondre Lenore supposedly doing like really well in camp or something. Just been locking down everybody. So maybe Lenore better than Ambry Thomas. But I did like Lenore. They got him pretty late. I thought it was a good pick. I just thought they could need like a true number one cornerback because they don't really got that. So I mean, if one of these players get injured, it could be a bit nasty. So I don't really like that. Brian Body Calhoun, not really good anymore. Safety, Jaquiski Tart and Jimmy Ward. Yeah, they're going to be the two safeties. They're all right in that position. Marshall Harris, backup. Travis Moore, backup. They're good backups also. So, I mean, their safety's pretty set. Tavon Wilson also. Talanoa Hufanga is actually pretty interesting. He's probably going to play a box safety role because he's a bigger player. I think he could get some good playing time because, I mean, he plays well in that big, like, player being like a down in the box, and that's probably what would play. He could just move to linebacker in total, so that's a possibility. And then special teams, Mitch Wisnowski, Robbie Gold, they're fine. Robbie Gold's still pretty reliable. Tabor Pepper, long snapper. Punt returner, kick returner probably Richie James. Punt returner, I mean River Ray Craycraft. Is he really going to be your punt returner? I'd assume probably somebody else. Like Brandon Ayuk did that sometimes last year. But Travis Benjamin's actually done quite a lot of punt returner. Oh damn, they got Kevin White also the absolute bust. I mean Austin Watkins also could be a punt returner. So I'm not sure about River Craycraft. But yeah, that's the team. Overall pretty decent. They got good depth players, and that's kind of it. But San Francisco 49ers just don't be the same.